And we are live. Hello, everyone.
Dan, what's up, man?
Not much.
He's in the bad corner.
Gotcha.
I'm in the bad corner once again.
ESLV. How are you guys tonight?
That's good.
Fantastic.
Excellent.
Good.
Yeah, I'm here. Still dealing with yesterday's problem, so yeah.
Oh, the PayPal thing?
No, there was a lot of shit that happened yesterday, so
Got you.
we talked
on,
about it a
guys?
little bit. There we go. Hello.
Max, you all right, man?
I was going to say Professor Murf got kicked quick.
Didn't like my aliens display.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
How you guys doing?
Pretty
Good.
good.
How are you?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Yeah, if you could get it to a battle takes place in the background randomly.
It's pretty cool. I guess I could walk over there and show it off.
Yeah, it is cool.
I probably should be drawing right now, actually.
I'm not even going to try to pronounce your name because I'll say it all wrong.
Vincenzo.
Vincenzo C.
Okay.
He's one
Sounds
of
kind of
the.
like Fizz Chozo.
He's one of the Bullet Club regulars. He likes to watch Larry's show all the time.
Yeah. Well, hello. Then we got Trish.
Hey, Trish,
Trish
what's
is
up?
in.
How are you, Trish? Trish, if you want to come on, just let me know. I told you you're welcome on every Wednesday. I am going to hit the intro, and then we will get to it, guys. So
Cool.
here we go. And welcome back.
Should have spelled "come" differently. Come on, geeks. Yeah.
I wanted to, but I was told no. But on that note, yes, it's another Geekgasm. And I have a lot of people joining me for that Geekgasm tonight.
Almost
A lot
got
of
a full house.
gentlemen joining you.
Full house.
I am going to introduce myself last because everybody knows me. So we're going to start with the professor tonight. Who are you?
Hi, guys. I'm Justin Murphy. I go by Professor Murf. I teach animation at Florida School of the Arts. And in my spare time, I do comic books and animation. So, not my full-time job, but I'd love it if it was.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm
Sam.
active. Oh, okay.
No,
I thought we were-
I was just going to go.
That's fine. Go for Sam.
Okay.
He's
I,
he's got a campaign closing out. He needs to.
Yeah, it's true. I am Sam Quinton. I own Sinopa Publishing in Frankfort, Kentucky. We create role-playing game books and now comic books as well. Our current project, Reign of Ages, Issue 1, is funded on Kickstarter with 50 hours to go. And we will actually be beginning our digital fulfillment this weekend after the campaign closes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I like
Mark?
that.
Beginning our
Oh, yeah.
fulfillment.
Mark Darden, as the little sign there says, and creator of the Guano Guy. Very fun, silly book. It's Seinfeldian. It's about nothing. It's just silly.
My favorite spot. Sorry.
Yep.
Well, Trish has one going too, so she can introduce herself.
Yeah, Trish, who are you?
Oh, I am Trish Bankston. I am we do comics. I just got funded today. I'm so happy. We do Bring Convention, Just Want to Have Fun. It's our first one. So like I am so tickled pink. We still got like 14 days. So and we want to all get to those scratch and sniff panty stickers. So come on, guys.
We do.
Get us there.
And congratulations, Trish. I'm happy for you.
I was so happy, and my daughter came in with cupcakes. She's like,
I saw that.
Congratulations on getting funded.
Yeah, congratulations. That's awesome.
It's huge.
Yeah, for your first one. I mean, you guys fund all the time because your stuff's so amazing. So, like, I couldn't even, I'd be jumping up and down every chance I had at every project. I'd be like, I got funded. You know, but that first one is like, ooh, I did it. I did it.
Especially when it takes some time, because you're like, you start getting that anxiety, that Kickstarter anxiety. It's like, is people gonna fund this? Come on, what's wrong with y'all? This stuff's awesome.
Well, we sat at like needing $35 for almost a day. And I'm like, come on, somebody, just 1, 2 people. Come on. 40 of my friends.
I've been there. It's no fun.
You start considering, maybe I'll just make a different account and fucking fund it ourselves.
I wanted to do that. And Mike's like, no, have faith in the system, have faith in our friends. And I just found out that a couple of our friends didn't even know we had a Kickstarter. I'm like, where have you been for the last week? I mean, I'm on everywhere. So, yeah.
The Facebook meta is to hide it from everyone who's dear to you unless you're paying for ads. That whole what's that guy's name? Max Zuckerberg?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
Zuckerberg.
Max, who are you? It's your turn.
Okay, I'm Max DeVille. I operate and own Atrocity Press. We put out comics that your mama warned you about, like Mary Machine Gun, Neo Tokyo, Human Hunters, and soon in March we'll be releasing Ninja Bimbos versus Zombies from Deep Space on Kickstarter.
That's right, and I will be cosplaying one of the characters.
Yeah, that'll be fun. That'll be good times. I'm excited about that.
Dan.
Yes. Well, I am Dan Plegel. Art on all the social medias, the Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, all that business. I have a book. I have a little book called The Goblin Girl that's on Indiegogo right now. We are funded and in demand. The book is pretty much drawn, and we're just waiting to get all the colors done. We actually had to hire a second colorist to help out, but I got the amazing ink spots along with Billy Basco doing all my colors for me on that book now. And then, yes, Billy is killing it. But this is his first full-fledged book, so Inkspot said he would come in and help them with some of the heavy lifting, and between the two of them have some of the best colorists.
How do you get two colorists to not fight each other on which way the colors should go?
They've worked together before. Both of them colored Charlie's London.
Okay.
So that it kind of worked out. Like he said, "Hey, would you?" Because Billy did for Inkspots what Inkspots is now doing for Billy on my book. So it's kind of like a help handshake thing. Good news is I don't have to pay anybody extra. All that's been taken care of. And then I also have a Kickstarter called Lady Ragnarok, which is still funding. I think it might have 17 days left, and it is actually outselling Goblin Girl. So I don't know how that's possible, but
just the big boobies.
It is. Yeah, it's destroying my book. I'm like, my book's doing well for a first campaign, but like the other book, which is kind of I'm partner on it. That one, like, man, like it leaves me speechless every time I look at the numbers. I'm like, what do I got to do?
We got Dave the Supreme in the house. Hello, Dave.
Ooh.
And
So that's
Mr.
me.
Mr. Grant, are you with us?
I am.
Who are you?
I'm Varian. It's me. Varian Grant. I'm I'm the founder of Indie Vote Media LLC. Started making comics when I was 2008. I want to say when I was 8, 2008.
Back when I was knee-high to a grasshopper, I was making comic books.
Yeah. If you heard a lot about me, don't worry, it can't all be true. I have this disease called being awesome, and I think I'm good enough to be a role model, hero, life coach, and more. Not everyone likes me, but not everyone matters. There
you go.
That's all you've done?
That's it. That's all I've done. That's it. That's my claim to fame. Everything else they've taken from me.
Been canceled. Been canceled twice.
And yeah, you guys know me. I am your indie princess Lola. I am the EIC over at indievolt.com. I run basically everything for IndieVolt. Yeah. Then I'm also the co-owner and co-publisher at Last Call Comics LLC, and I am the owner of Shacker Comics. And I do a bunch more, but yeah. And I have a special announcement to make tonight, guys.
Oh,
We got some breaking news.
Well,
I say money. That's what's in the Geico. There it is. There's the big news.
No, that's not the good news.
What? I thought I was here. I'm not here about.
I've heard those guys coming to my door asking me if I heard the good news, and if that's this,
Oh,
I don't
geez.
want to talk about it.
No, that is not the good news. Here we go, guys. Are you ready?
yes.
Bam.
Guano guy invades shopping.
Oh, wow. Congratulations on the team up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nicely done.
He is officially signed to Shacker Comics.
Nice.
Are you excited, Mark? You're muted.
He was
My
stunned.
boomer.
Yes.
Boom!
Yes, very, very excited. There's a lot of things I do, and the main thing I really want help with is promotion, getting stuff out there. That's the big thing I was really looking forward to, and it's going to be good.
Yes, it is.
It's going to be
I'm
very
excited.
Getting eyeballs on your product is the hardest thing to do. I mean, I just want people to just look at it for a second. Just look at it for a second, because I know if you look at it for a second, it's going to snatch. It's going to grab your attention for at least 3 to 5, and then you'll remember.
It is the precious.
That is the hardest part of this whole thing has been
Universe.
like going out there and trying to promote your own stuff and be on everywhere and be everywhere. That's the hardest part of this. I mean, it wasn't figuring out who's going to draw, who's going to ink, who's going to letter. This has been just promote yourself, promote yourself, promote yourself. This is the hardest part.
Good. Now Mark doesn't have to worry about it.
Nope.
Yeah, it's funny. I didn't know that she was going to. When Lola says that Shocker Comics is her company, like she's completely right, because like I don't know what she's doing sometimes, and she'll tell me like
what's going on.
Yeah, so when she told me, she said, I have to send Mark a contract. That's how she told me. Mark was signing. She said, I have to send Mark a contract. I'm like, what Mark? Mark Darden for Guano Guy. And I'm like, you're sending Mark a contract for what? Shocker Comics. And I'm like, you're gonna sign Mark? You? And it just I'm like, you know what? I keep remembering that she's been doing this for 11 years now. So 12, yeah. So it's she could definitely do it. So it's like I have, I get to sit back and watch her do it. It's kind of cool. It's kind of cool to sit back and then watch her, have these moments where she starts swearing at the computer. Like I think she called her computer a cunt rag the other day. And I know I've been called a couple names just by looking in her direction. So welcome to being a publisher, Lola. Welcome.
I've been a publisher for years now.
Yeah, but now you're on your own. You don't have
I'm on my own now, but
you don't have me to yell at. That's right. You don't have ovarian to kick around anymore.
I'm confident in what I can do. And I'm excited for this venture. And I mean, the first book I'm signing is Guano Guy, and it's a really good book. I've read it. I love it. I contacted Mark after I read it. I'm like, dude, if you're ever looking for a publisher, I need to sign you. But we made it happen.
I appreciate it. I was glad you reached out.
And you've got a distribution channel connected right to it. That's it's just all stacked up on top of each other. It's just ready to happen.
Yes.
I'm waiting for the feds to bust in the door any day now. You guys got things a little too set up, Mr. Grant. Have you come down here for a little visit, a little chit chat. Lola, you got comics to look at, correct?
I do, yes.
Pops fans and the chat says, "Hey yo."
And Niobe, you are a boomer.
Hey, Pops, what's up?
There's boomers in the chat.
Is Larry out there too? Hey, Larry.
Yeah, you said is he a boomer? He is a boomer.
What's up, man?
Let me see who my first victim is of the night.
Actually, before we get started, can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Because we were asked if we're gonna go to a table. We just made arrangements to go to Planet Comic Con, and we were asked if we're gonna do a table. And I don't think having one title, because this is in April, so our book will be out. You know, one title is enough to justify having a table, even if we have extra comics and that. You know, I was thinking more like 3. But
See, we got 3, and I didn't buy a table at Planet this year because I didn't think I'd have enough.
But I'm the weirdo. I go with 1, 5, 10. It doesn't matter. I take it there and I sell it.
Same with us. I mean, we've had one book.
But
yeah, Planet tables are not cheap though.
No, they're like $1,000 a table.
Oh Lord.
Oh yeah, then no.
Yeah, that's why I was like, what would you suggest as a number? You know, having 1 or like 5? I mean, or does it just really depend on how good of a salesperson you are?
I did my first show with the book and had some stickers and posters, and I felt pretty comfortable with that, but doing a smaller one. And I think my second show I had 2 books, you know, I just added to it. But I think it's okay to go with one good book, especially because people will want to check out that one book.
You've been to Planet, right?
Yeah, $1,000. That's, in my experience, that's going to be rough.
No, I've never been to Planet. We usually go down to Dallas and do the stuff down south more. So we've never. We've been to Chicago, and usually the tables at Chicago have like 8, 9 tables, you know, different titles. It's never, because they have to justify the cost to travel there, the table, and you know everything else. And
maybe just do a local con first.
Yeah,
small.
I mean, if you guys go to Planet, I'll be there.
Well, yeah, no, we already got our hotel booked and everything, and
sweet.
we just next week when I get paid, I'm gonna buy the tickets. But we already booked the hotel for this week, so we're staying at La Quinta.
La Quinta Inn.
Yeah,
is the one on Broadway and Main Street.
I think so.
That's close to the venue.
My suggestion for you, Trish, from all my experience is, it doesn't matter how much books you have to be a good salesperson. You got to keep them interested, and also provide something else, like a print. We got cups with the company logos on them. We had homemade plushies with our mascot. Just have other stuff that they can buy too. Because not everybody's looking for a book. They might like something else on your table.
Oh no, that's not the problem. But I just couldn't justify it with one book paying what they want it for.
No, I would keep it small for now.
Yeah, we were gonna get a small press table, and then I was like talking to Chris, the guy who runs it, and I was like, "Yeah, how about I just stay in Artist Alley?" And he's like, "That's fine." So, and then we decided not to go this year. So.
Well, and that's the thing too that kind of bums me out, because you're an artist, so you get your table cheaper. Mike and me, who actually just write the books, they like gouge us even more because we are not producing anything at the table.
Yeah.
You know, so then we get like the vendor price, even though we're not vendors, we're creators. They put us in with the vendor price.
Yeah, I've only ever sold as a vendor, but I've only done 3 or 4 cons so far. But they always stick Sonoma Publishing as vendor because that's what we are. So
yeah, that's where we wanted to go because I'm not an artist. I'm a writer.
Plus, we need the space, especially if you got a lot of titles.
Yeah.
Oh, look at Rain.
Yeah, you're my first victim.
$5,600 even.
And 2 more retailers added. They should be pledging tonight.
14 backers away from cute.
I know, right? I might actually clear the Mike Wheeler scale on one campaign this time
I
instead
know.
of two.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, but we should hit probably hit 6,000 tonight or tomorrow. Like I said, we got two backer tiers I added. We had quotes come in for orders for Cowabunga Comics in Florida with Kyle. Thanks, Kyle.
Hmm.
And got his set up. And then with comics, Cosmic Cape Comics with Mike, and just got his set up today. He had a big order of 47 Furious Tales as well, because we're going to be first time in his store with that. And more folks coming in with retailers and then individual backers as well. So it's been really very, very productive for us. But this is our first kind of bad girl fantasy book, 32 pages. We have created myself and Nick Capone. We've got 3 bonus digital rewards for all backers at all tiers, and those are those digital downloads, printable PDFs for all and every backer. And this is our story of the last survivor of the Rochellen, ancient order of elven mystic warriors who were protecting the Elven Empire before the fall. Our primary cover,
Hyper-violent elf quest. Hyper-violent elf quest.
hyper-violent elf quest meets heavy metal, or we get some really interesting comparisons too. But this is our prime cover by Aishagul Seneb, who's an absolutely wonderful artist. She's already working on the cover for issue 2. And I'm working on finishing up the script revisions before I put them in front of the editor on this project is Alexia Veldhausen, who's also the principal artist for 47 Furious Tales. I work Alexia as much as I can. And our interior art, we have a black and white, definitely for these first 3 issues. And then when we get to issue 4, if our distribution and our crowdfunding is large enough, we might migrate to color at that point. But Nick did just absolutely stunning job on the black and whites on this. And the book is actually done. I just finished formatting the lettering in today, and then I'm putting in 2 more ads that we have for my fellow creator Max DeVille and Pete Vasquez.
All
And then
right.
we're ready to roll. But yeah, all of our tiers include shipping within the United States. So $15 is $15, not $15 and then some. And so we have our primary cover, and then our first Virgin variant, which is on the Unshielded tier, which is with Nick Capone. He's, again, the principal artist, and he really went with like a 90s anime vibe on this one and just knocked it out of the park with our girl Rain.
Yeah, it's pretty.
And then we also have a third cover, which was done by J.P. Buzio. He did the pencils and inks, and it was colored by Nick Capone. And this is just absolutely stunning. The fun part about this is when we originally
Who
got
is a colorist by trade, correct?
yeah, he's primarily known as a colorist, but he can do everything.
Yeah.
Although he does not like to do letters. So if you can, unless you absolutely have to, don't ask him to do letters because he's not a fan. But we had that covered with Taylor Esposito.
Nice.
And then we've also got blank sketch covers available, which have been selling remarkably well. When I checked this morning, we had 75 of them claimed on this
Pete told
Kickstarter
you.
already. Yeah, Pete was right.
I haven't done a sketch cover, but now that you've I think you might have opened my eyes.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen a lot of people wanting those sketch covers, so it's been pretty good. Our first stretch goal, which, like I said, we'll either hit tonight or tomorrow, is a 5.5 by 8.5 art print of the J.P. Buzio cover. And then the $7,000 stretch goal is a postcard of Nick Capone's Farrah Fawcett homage that we had him create when we were doing our initial promotion. And so these are really pretty, really nicely done. And we're looking forward to seeing those out.
Wait,
If we can
who's
hit
Farrah
9K,
Fawcett?
we've got magnets ready. So we're going to get those together if we can get there. One thing we did that was a little different. Normally when we do retailer tiers, we have like 1 or 2 retailer tiers, like a small retailer tier and then a larger one. I kind of threw that out the window because there's a lot of retailers that I deal with directly. And so what we did is we went in and custom built tiers for each specific retailer, so they could get the quantity and the items that they wanted with this. And they actually are also eligible for the stretch goal rewards too. So a real nice way to get books into the stores for people who've already been carrying our RPG and our 47 Furious Tales comics.
Oh yeah.
And so we should have, I think, not counting the two who will probably pledge tonight or tomorrow, I think we've got 2 more that we're going to be adding before the campaign ends. So long as we can, nail down the numbers, and then looking pretty strong on it, funded, and really ready to ship. Although I am going to actually have to order more bags and boards because we have exceeded projections. So
Nice.
I just
Yep.
did
Good
that
problems
today.
to have.
Yeah, when I was posting about renovations earlier today, I was like, the only guy that funds or fulfills faster than Atrocity Press. You'll be getting your book quick, trust me.
digital is going to go out on Saturday.
That's what I'm looking forward to.
I know, right?
I can read it.
You're going to like it.
I'm sure I will.
You guys haven't found a discount for bags and boards yet anywhere, have you?
Well,
Hell
Blue
no.
Shirt Guy has a discount code through one of the producers there. So I forget which company, but he sent me a link to it. Just reach out to Anthony Pop Anime Comics, and he can get you that code.
Oh,
I
okay.
usually pick them up locally from my local LCS, but my local LCS is closed again.
Yeah.
Thanks, COVID. So I'm going to either have to go to Lexington or order them. At this point, I think I'll probably just order them.
Well,
Yeah.
no, I keep getting what I think we're gonna need, but then Mike orders from Tom or Henri, and so then we get a big huge
Right.
shipment of books that need new bags and boards, and I'm like,
One of the things that happened too is that I still ship to retailers anyway, and so we had another pretty hefty order today. So 44 copies of 47 Furious Tales going out to a new home, which knocked a dent out of my bags and boards.
Yeah, and if you guys are looking for Gemini mailers, IndieVolt has a special code for you guys. Use code VOLT10, and it'll save you 10% on all your Gemini mailer orders.
I'll be
Does that
using
work
that
on the
soon.
pallets too when you order like a pallet?
Maybe.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
sure if
Yeah.
it's
How many is a
IndieVolt,
pallet?
Like I think, was it 1,500 max for a pallet, or is it 3,000?
They said they told us it's on every order you make.
Okay.
Wow.
It can be Gemini's, it can be any other item they have, anything.
Cool.
So I need Gemini's because we're gonna run out after we finish fulfilling Human Hunters.
Yeah,
I'm
I
like-
think I'm down to 500. So
We did all this reconfiguring and workarounds trying to figure out. I was like, okay, I'll put TeamViewer on the laptop, and then I can just TeamViewer into the thing since I'm on, this COVID lockdown, and I can put all the information in and print the label, and then you can, Johnny can pack the books up and put the label on there, and everything will be fine. We can ship them out.
Yep.
And when I was like, yay, congratulations, we figured it all out. He goes, what about all the people that want you to sign their book? I was like, shit. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to have to just wait.
War Party. This is Murf's book, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, indeed, friend.
I'm gonna play the video first, and then you can tell us about it.
Scare variant.
Everything changed when war reached the Americas. Caught between the French and the British, my family paid the price. Only my darling Sarah survived. They took her away. We couldn't save them, but we will save her. 5 men against thousands, how can it be done? We are not merely men. War has brought out the beast in us all. And we will have our vengeance. For we are
Jesus.
the War Party.
That's beautifully done, Murph.
Yes.
Thanks.
I like that.
Excellent.
Yeah, I like to call it Last the Mohicans meets the Howling.
Yes.
There you go.
Yeah, with a little bit of
100%.
Pocahontas in there. So, yeah, it's French and Indian War. At least that's where the story starts. But my main character is Diane. She's the Native American shaman you see in the. She wasn't really much in the trailer except at the very end. But the guy who's the werewolf, his daughter is abducted during the war. His whole family's killed except his young daughter, and she's taken. So he basically calls in a favor from Diane. They usually only share their shape-shifting powers with other tribes members. They don't share it with the white man, so to speak. The colonials or the British or the French. So she gives the war party the ability to shape-shift, and you can only shift into what your totem is. So if your totem's a wolf, you become a werewolf. If your totem's a gator, you become a weregator. You can't change anything else other than your animal totem. So she unlocks the totem and you put on the animal pelt, and she transforms you. So she's like the power source, basically, in the story. So it's really a father trying to save his daughter. That's really what it's about. It's not really about monsters. The monsters just make it more fun.
Yeah, I'd get like cockroach or something.
Yeah, right? That'd be difficult to make a pelt out of that. You'd have to kill a lot of cockroaches.
Bunny rabbit, the
Yeah, exactly.
rabbit.
Hey, a rabbit would be nice, actually. I might explore that one in future books. But yeah,
Jackalope.
Oh yeah, there's all sorts of. Well, is that a real animal?
No,
It is now, friend.
No, I played a role playing game, and I rolled that my were creature was a were goldfish. So don't even go there.
Nice.
So I'm like, what do I get to do? Raw in the fish bowl? And they're like, kind of.
You could be like King Shark, run around on land, and
Yeah.
As a goldfish.
Yeah, it's a long time coming. I launched about a year ago, so it's been up about a year. This was my first comic book campaign. I've done other campaigns for animation, but never comics. So, and I just played the clubs like a small band. I just streamed for a solid year, going on every stream that would have me. And it's like a band. You sell enough CDs and T-shirts at small clubs, they add up.
Yeah.
And that's what's happened in the case of this. It blew up, and I was just trying to raise $10,000 and thought I'd be lucky to do that. So it's really amazing what's happened with this campaign.
Well, it looks fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
sure
beautiful.
that helps.
Nice. Yeah. Well, you got to put the work in, definitely, and it's grown. The campaign's grown. It wasn't like this when I first launched it. I kept adding more, and I even added action figures. She's right here. She's being made right now.
Nice.
Yeah. So I only sold 10 of these.
Sold out.
Yeah, $275 a piece. They're all, but her costume is all hand sewn and she's hand painted. So they're like, they're not mass produced. They're custom items, sort of. And they sold out in 48 hours.
Wow.
And so I you never know what your backers want until you try, right? And it's been fun. Yeah, I'm having a blast with it. The first 3 issues are printed. They're right here. And then the handbook is already printed. So these ship out immediately, and then the backers get their next issues in the spring, and then their following issues in the winter. So I've broken it down into 3 shipments because they're floppies. So I ship them out, in 3 different fulfillment schedules, and that's allowed me to basically feed the story to my backers slowly rather than making them wait, 2 years for a finished book. So it's a different approach. I know a lot of people don't do floppies.
Yeah. A lot of people do. We sell a lot of them. This is coming up probably the end of the year. We'll do our first trade paperback, and we'll see how it does. But we've done well selling floppies.
Yeah, I love floppies. If for no other reason, your full page spreads. You can actually open the book. You know what I mean? Like the problem with nothing against graphic novels, but you can't ever really open them all the way and look at a
whole
double page spread. Yeah. So
now I have to ask 2 questions.
Sure.
One, how long is the campaign going to stay up for our listeners?
It's going to stay up until I launch the next campaign. So at least until December. So I'm going to leave it up as long, because here's the thing, because I did 3 fulfillment schedules, people are like, well, you just tripled your shipping cost. Yeah, but I'm shipping medium mail, so I save a lot of money there. But honestly, every time you fulfill, you get a bump It's just the way it happens. People talk about the book, they review it, it renews excitement. So I got a bump with the first fulfillment. I'm going to get a bump with the next one. I'm going to get a bump with the third one. So it's going to keep climbing, and that's what's exciting about it is it's showing no signs of slowing down. It just keeps pulling in the new backers, and then other backers will come back and add things to their order. So yeah, I'm going to keep it up as long as it's selling.
Yeah, might as well. As long as
Yeah,
it's
definitely.
selling books or
Yeah.
selling product, just keep it up there.
Yeah, and that's what I love about Indiegogo is if you see there, when I closed, I didn't even raise $15,000 when I closed. I've made over $40,000 in demand. I couldn't have done that on Kickstarter; that it would have closed. So that's what I like about Indiegogo is if you have a product that word of mouth builds, you want to go in demand so you can keep selling the book. And it's been great. I mean, I'm excited about the future of this IP. I've got big plans for it beyond just this storyline. That I'm going to take my lead character Diane through other time periods, so it'll be fun.
And my other question was going to be,
Go ahead.
since you were signed with Liberty, is it going to be brought over to Liberty as well?
Yes, but only after the backers get their books.
Oh,
So,
obviously, yes.
Yeah. So like Liberty's
Backers
not even
come first.
yeah, they're not even going to get these first 3 issues until December, and by then the backers will have already gotten 4, 5, and 6. So yeah, they will be on on bookshelves. And the thing is, I mean, it's 50% discount, so you don't make a lot of money, obviously, if any, doing retail. But what I like about retail is it gets it in the hands of people that otherwise may never have seen it to begin with. So you hopefully pull in other readers, through, what retail outlets are still left. Because I've been publishing since '92, since I was 17 years old. I did my first independent comic, and it was distributed through Diamond in '92, the same time Image launched. So I've been doing this a long time, and I've always worked with Diamond over the years. This is the first time I've tried a different distributor. So we'll see how it goes. I mean, as far as Liberty goes, I've never worked with them before.
Well, you're talking to them.
Oh, really? Are you part of Liberty? I didn't know that.
You've been talking to me, yeah.
Oh, really?
My husband owns it, yeah.
I had no idea.
Yes.
Well, there you go. Well, I'm excited.
That's why I asked you.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, I even put, I thought ahead. I've got my, my UPC and my ISBNs. Everything's ready to go. That's amazing. Well, my other book, Claiborne, I shipped them all to you guys about a week ago. So you should
I'm
have
going to be
everything.
putting in the numbers in tomorrow.
Well, don't I feel sheepish? I'm sitting here talking to I'm glad I didn't say anything bad about Liberty.
I would have booted you.
There's trash company that I've partnered with just because.
Exactly. But no, it's like I said, I've always dealt with Diamond. I dealt with Capital. I don't know if you guys remember Capital Distribution back in the 80s and 90s. I had they
There were
carried
a
my
bunch
books.
of distributors back
And
then.
Heroes
before
World,
Diamond
yeah.
took over.
Yeah, Heroes World before Marvel bought them also distributed my books. And I was only 17, 18, 19 years old when this was going on. I was kind of like the underground Liefeld, the one that didn't get rich. But yeah, so I've been in and out of this for a long time. And my theory is as long as there's retail outlets, I want my books in the stores. Even if I am doing crowdfunding, I still want my books in stores.
Have you tried Kickstarter? Or you just...
Yeah, I used Kickstarter in the past, but the problem is I've always not overpriced, but set my goal too high. And I've never hit it. Like the first project I did, I was trying to raise $80,000 for a movie I was working on, didn't hit it. Second goal, I was trying to raise like $20,000 for a game, didn't hit it. And I just realized, you know what, I'm more of a fan of the flexible funding. And if you pass your goal, great. And I prefer Indiegogo. And to be honest, Kickstarter's gate kept me. I can't. They won't list War Party, and they blocked me. Yeah, they blocked me on Twitter. I don't even know. Yeah, their commissar, their gatekeeper, or whatever. She's blocked me on Twitter, and I didn't do anything.
Too.
Yeah, I didn't do anything.
Don't feel bad. I'm blocked you.
So
I'm blocked as well, but they still let my book in.
Yeah, they said my book did not meet their requirements, whatever that means. I don't know why. I guess the Native American thing. And
I just put a book called Ninja Bimbos versus Zombies from Deep Space on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So,
then maybe you can explain to me why War Party doesn't meet their requirements, because I think they said because I had listed on Indiegogo first, that was the reason. But I know people who've listed on Indiegogo and moved over to Kickstarter, and they've accepted their books.
That's
So
what I did.
Wow.
I think
I have an adult
I
book.
think they didn't like the Native American stuff in there. I don't know. It could be that they thought that would be offensive. Who knows? I don't even. I'm done trying to figure it out. I'm happy with Indiegogo. That's where I'm
Yeah,
staying.
I mean, hey, it works,
yeah.
and a lot of people dig Indiegogo because I like how it takes your dollar right when you pay for it.
Yeah, I like that
Yeah.
too. I don't like the fact that
Yeah.
people can refund.
So just
I
FYI,
use both.
you have to, if you go from Indiegogo to Kickstarter or vice versa, however you go, you have to have a different cover. You cannot use the same covers and promote the same kind of stuff, is what I was told.
I did.
We had Indiegogo and Kickstarter exclusive covers, but we still
Yeah.
had some of the same covers that were for sale too, because like we'll do it in a Kickstarter, and then after the Kickstarter's over with, I know how many I have left, and I can be like,
Mhm.
okay, I've got 42 of these available.
Yeah. Same
I got
here.
lucky
I'll
'cause-
finish the Kickstarter and then I'll go over on Indiegogo, flexible funding, and then as pledges come in, I literally ship them as they come in. There's no sense in waiting because the money's going to clear. So
I think it's a case by case basis, honestly. But the good news is, I'm going to be doing some work with John Malin, and it's probably good I'm not on Kickstarter because I know John's not a fan.
Yeah.
So it worked out good for me. So.
I got lucky because I mean, for the most part, like my Kickstarter stuff isn't. I'm kind of looked at, I guess, as like a hired hand because my friend is actually the one who like owns the IP of the books that are over there, and he does all the campaign stuff. My name is just on it, and that's it. So I don't know if I took my book over there. I don't know. You're right. Like they'd probably be like, oh, he's over on Indiegogo with these people. Like
Yeah,
they
I don't
might,
know. It's a case by case basis. All I know is it's a little
True.
suspicious considering it happened the same time that their gatekeeper, so to speak, blocked me on Twitter. There was no reason for her to do that because I've never said anything offensive. But maybe because I use the Comicsgate hashtag or the people I'm friends with or follow, it was it could have been a block bot or something.
Yeah, it's a block bot because I got blocked too, and I've used the Comicsgate hashtag just talking about it. I mean, nothing negative or positive, just saying, hey, here's a book that's Comicsgate. It's pretty good. Check it out. And I'll put, here's a book that's hashtag Comicsgate because that's how you use Twitter.
Yeah.
But that was Neff's book, wasn't it? Wasn't that Neff's book?
Yep.
Yeah.
Neff's over there too. He went from Indiegogo to Kickstarter.
Yep.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, they've been letting me use both. I start in Kickstarter and then I go over to Indiegogo.
Interesting.
Works
I think
real well.
Indiegogo is a little more relaxed on who no, I'm not saying like they'll just let anybody into whatever they're doing, but they're a little more relaxed on comic book projects for sure.
Yeah. I mean, I know that both companies got new staff to go in and check to see on fulfillment problems and stuff like that. But
I know. Yeah, because Indiegogo was having a lot of fulfillment problems, and they said didn't they make a
there's some
policy
Kickstarter
about
campaigns that are running way late too. So
Well, I was just saying, I think Indiegogo made a policy about like if you have 2 unfulfilled projects, you can't make any more or something like that.
yeah.
Or maybe if you have just 1 unfulfilled project, you can't make more. I don't know.
Yeah, and Kickstarter won't let you launch another one until you fulfill the previous one. So,
yeah.
But we're gonna do we're gonna do 6 Kickstarter campaigns for comics this year. I think you too, right, Max? Between us, we have 12 comics this year.
Yep. And I have 3 like ready back to back. So
yeah, same. Yeah.
Actually, I have a question for you guys because I got a comment in our Kickstarter backer thing. Somebody got a digital tier, you know what I mean? And normally you just get the A cover because Mike's gotten digital plenty of times, and they're like, no, we always get every cover. And
I've never seen that happen.
No, you usually get a cover.
Yeah, I've never seen anyone fulfill multiple covers for digital.
I was nice enough to make a nudie version of the digital for one customer.
Yeah.
Right, but I've never heard of that, and them telling me, "Oh, multiple creators give me all the covers." I'm like, no,
I've
I've
never seen
never
that
heard of
happen.
that or seen that. But I just thought they were trying to be kind of shady.
Yeah, I've seen tiers where you can get multiple covers. They
Right,
make
but
that,
it's
but
usually a physical. It's like a physical book. It's not just the you
Well,
know.
I've seen digital tiers where you get like
yeah,
all the covers too. It'll
Okay.
be like you can get digital tier A, where it's just standard cover, or digital tier B, where you get all the covers in the digital book. It'll be like all the covers in the front. Because I mean,
But
it doesn't cost you anything else to put those covers in there when
no,
you
but
make the
it
PDF.
felt
But
kind of shady and weird the
yeah,
way he was asking about it. That's why I was kind of gonna ask you guys. I'm
yeah,
like,
I've never.
never seen that or done that in all the Kickstarters Mike's back that we got multiple covers, unless that was something very specific in
Yeah, in the
that.
campaign.
Yeah, I've never seen that happen myself.
No.
Sure.
Okay, I'm glad, because everybody said, if you have something weird, Trish, reach out, because we all got your back, and that was something that was reached out to me, and it made me feel kind of weird. So thank you for taking time out to answer my question.
no problem. Dan, you ready to go?
I'm always here, ready to go.
You want me
We
to
can
play
do
the
a Goblin
video
Girl
first?
campaign. What's that?
You want me to play the video first, or?
You can play it. Yeah, it's always
All
good
right.
to see the videos flash. Be a little quiet audio though, unfortunately.
That art looks sick.
Thanks, friend. On Indiegogo now. Back at friend.
Back.
Dan, are you a fan of Mike Plug?
I do like Mike Plug's stuff. I'm not like a Uber fan, but I do like his stuff.
Yeah, I see some. I don't know. I feel I get Mike Plug vibes sometimes.
Yeah, I'm like a hybrid of a lot of stuff. Like Ralph Bakshi.
Oh yeah, well
Mike
Bakshi was a
Plegel,
Plug fan.
Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
A big Don Bluth guy. Like
Yeah.
I like a lot of
Yep.
Dragon's Lair, Space Ace, Secret of Nim. And then there's a lot of it's a little bit of Charles Vest. Sort of, there's a calendar that Charles Vest did years ago for Lord of the Rings that I loved. There's a lot of, I don't know, I'm like a lot of things. I'm also heavily anime influenced because I like grew up with like old school Adam Warren and
Yeah, it kind of felt manga at start, and then like as the video kept going forward, it's like the art kept getting more and more complex, and it went from like that manga black and white to
yeah.
some
Well,
really complicated pieces, and I was like, that looks sick.
yeah, the original book. I
Yeah.
originally started the book like back in 2009, and I did it as like a comic to have at shows, and it's actually going to be available on here, the sampler version. It's part of the package. It's also an add-on you can add. It's a 16-page comic that I made to like have at shows, so when my friends and me were sitting at tables, I'd have something to sell. And it's kind of, now the book is more or less like a Cliff Notes version of the book that I'm going to be delivering. And the style of art that is in the old book, I was heavily trying to make it more of an anime style. So like even Goblin Girl, like the way she looks is a lot different in that book than how she looks now. But I've kept a little bit of that because my style is, I'd say like I've got a lot of like Art Adams, Adam Hughes, Alan Davis, and then Don Bluth sort of influence to my stuff, the way I do things. So there's a lot of that in there. At least now, like what's in there. And then Billy's coming in doing color work that's like crazy. Like past couple days, we've been actually sitting down, like going over page by page, and he's going, "What was your intention here with these colors?" And I'm like more this, less that. He's like, "What do you think about this?" And he put like little blue sparks in one spot, and I'm like, "No blue sparks." And I'm like, we want this to be less like bright like Legend of Zelda, and like more muted colors like Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings. I want it to be a little more like grounded color palette, less like if there's magic or something, then we can have more Skittles like Taste the Rainbow fucking coloring. But like for the most part, I wanted to keep it more gritty looking.
Yeah.
So
To me, it
So
looks
far-
like Evil Ernie's sexy sister.
well, that's another one. Like Stephen Hughes was a huge influence on me. Like I devoured anything that was Stephen Hughes, and I used to like run around like when I was young, like just like worshiping at Brian's like feet, because Brian was a local guy at the time when he started doing Evil Ernie, Lady Death. So I would follow him around all the shows, and Brian knows me pretty well. And and one of his artists that he had that did a book called Lynch Mob ended up becoming, I guess you could call him my mentor, like my Qui-Gon Jinn, my Yoda. He was the guy that kind of uh, took the rough artist that I was and turned me into a sequential illustrator. I didn't so much
Sequential
copy his
machine.
style. Yeah, I didn't so much copy his style as much as like he showed me the rules. Like he was kind of my audiobook of how to draw the Marvel way, because he was a very how to draw the Marvel way uh, influenced artist.
Yeah, you have to know the rules before you can break them, right?
Exactly. So yeah, I mean that's where I came from. So yeah, Brian Polito's Lady Death is definitely all over this. Like this, when everybody asks me like tonally about this book, I always describe it as Lord of the Rings, like high fantasy world meets like Elvira sort of caricature, because it's cheeky but not highly sexualized. And I would even say it's also in the same vein of that. It's like Lady Death a little bit, but classic Lady Death, because the newer modern Lady Death is gone. He's he's kind of geared it more towards his more adult audience now. It's not. I don't feel like it's as much of a universally digestible book now, because it's got nudity and stuff in it, sex in it. But this book is just straight action adventure fantasy stuff. Yeah, this is the sampler book that I did, and so let's see here. So this is the first page. I kept the only thing in the book now that I kept is everything from here down. So it has this bottom part and this center part with the wizard, but we redid this top panel. And then this is kind of what she used to look like. She was more anime looking. And I used to draw the horns smoother like this, and then Matt Yackey colored the cover, and he put these like striations in it, and so then I started drawing her with the ram's horns sort of look. But yeah, so I took these pages and just kind of redid them, like this page. 1 second, I will grab that page. So to give you a feeling of what I've done, so this is the original page, and then this is the new version of the page. So it's more heightened, like
Yeah, I like the second version. It's much more dynamic.
yeah, but this is like 10 years of growth as an artist. So
That's an evolution time.
yeah, exactly. And there's just lots of stuff in here that's like abbreviated, like these 2 pages, and then these 2 are now like 15 pages in the book instead of like 4. Like it's kind of cliff notes. Most of this is narration in here, but you can see here's some stuff where she's more anime looking. There's one of these. This bottom panel has always been my favorite. It was like one I was like, maybe I could save that one, and I'm like, nope, you're just redoing the whole thing. So
Just cut it all.
yeah, and a lot of people were like asking for this, so like I added it into the campaign as an add-on. Yeah, like all this stuff. Like I look at this now and I'm like, it's kind of cool, but the new stuff is like way cooler. But
Is that on
yeah, like,
newsprint?
no, I wish it was newsprint.
Yeah. Well, the paper looks good though. It's like a gray, rather than it's not like a stark white, or at least it doesn't look like
Yeah.
it is.
Well, I do gray tones. Everything I do is like Copic.
No, but I mean the actual paper itself. Is the
Oh, the
paper
actual
like
paper itself? Yeah,
yeah? Is it
it's a
like an
little off
off?
white.
Yeah.
It's a little
Black
bit.
and white always looks better on off-white paper. I've noticed when it's on paper that's too white, it always to me looks strange.
Yeah. Well, this was through a company called Comics Express, is who I printed this through originally. Let's see if I have this. There was something else you were mentioning about the black and white. There's a book called Venerella, and I did a pinup in it, and he had it printed.
I've seen that guy. I talked to him.
Yeah, Anthony. He printed it on some sort of paper. I can't remember what the stock was, but it was a heavier stock because of paperage shortage. The printer was like, well, we could put it on this. It'll be a little thicker, but we have this paper. So he was like, all right. So he printed it on that, and I looked at my Copics when they printed on that, and they were so beautiful. I was like, oh man, maybe I should just print the black and white on paper like this. But it would be like it would weigh a ton probably because it was way thicker paper. It was like almost cardstock in a way. But man, it was like the best I'd ever seen the gray tones come out on any sort of like paper that I'd printed on. But yeah, this is old print on demand. These guys were, I think these were either Oregon or like Northern California, and the other company that I printed on, because I did this other book, which will probably be one of the next projects I put out. I did this like kaiju book, which is like just 60s giant monster stuff, and this was printed through Kablam. So, but yeah, the paper on this was definitely different. This is more of a waxy feeling than the other one. This one feels just like almost like a copy paper or something. But yeah, so that's it's Goblin Girl.
Beautiful stuff.
Thanks. We've just
I
been
love
pushing it.
Billy's colors too.
Yeah, Billy. Like I said before, I was gonna probably color it myself, and then because Matt Yackey was supposed to color it, but then he ended up like stuff got busy, and then he ended up getting like a sort of an injury situation, and Billy really wanted to work on my stuff because he likes my art, and I was like, Billy, I'm like, do you think, I know it's like last minute, but do you think you could color this? And he's like, oh yeah, like I'm on that, I'm all over that. And I'm like, okay. And he'd done a couple pieces for me for Diaz, and I really loved that stuff. And before that, the stuff he'd showed me was kind of like this video game, like sort of Legend of Zelda style stuff, and tonally I just didn't feel like the color palette was right for what I was going with Goblin Girl. So and I hadn't seen his range yet as a colorist. And then once I saw him do the stuff for Phil that was closer to what I was looking at, I was like, yeah, man, I'm like, let's do this. And so like a couple months before launch, I hired Billy for to color the book. And then Matt Barr, who's the artist on Rock and Roll Ninja for your boy Zach, he offered his expertise as a graphics design guy to do all the lettering. So I've got two amazing cohorts there. And then some time went by. I wrapped up this lady, that Ragnarok thing, and Billy was doing the colors on the covers to that. And then he had some other stuff come up, and I think he started getting worried that like he wasn't going to have enough time to get Goblin Girl done on time. So like we hang out in Discord with a couple other artists, and one of them is Ink Spots, who did Cash Grab, and he asked him, he's like, yeah, man, he's like, I know, I don't know if you're busy or not, and he's like, I don't know how you felt about our working partnership on Charlie's London, but would you be interested in helping me out in the colors on Goblin Girl? And Ink Spots is like, yes, please. So I got two amazing colorists that are both ganging up to like get this thing done. So it's looking like we're not going to have to push the book now, unless there is some weird printing issue with like sourcing paper or something like that, because I keep hearing stuff. But Hopefully not. But yeah, so I think we're back on track again now because I got two colorists that are gonna tackle it kind of at the same time. They have like a working cycle how they do the pages, so should be great.
My suggestion is for you is to look locally because that's what I did because of the paper shortage.
Well, locally here, super hard. Like everything here is like people want like 35 grand to print like 200 books or 500 books or something like that. Yeah, it's California. I live in California, Southern California, and like the printers here are like, I don't know if it's because they just the sheer volume of stuff that jobs that they have, but like they look at comics as like this is not like a thing or whatever. But I was talking to I was thinking about doing the newsprint thing for a while, like to break the book up at some point, maybe do little newsprint editions of it because I gotten some of Alterna's books,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you hands down, what he's making over there, like top to bottom, is comics. Because when you get in my opinion, when you get newsprint comics in your hand, it's just like there's something about it, like the texture and the smell of it, and just the whole experience of it to me that is just so like what I think of as comics. So I would love to somehow find a way to do that.
Well, and Pete will let you piggyback off his print runs. He has that deal where, it's like a
so
reduced rate. Yeah, he'll
I'm
put
thinking
it with
about
the
that
job.
for sure.
The problem is you wouldn't be able to use Billy's colors on newsprint. They would be too rich.
Yeah,
That's
what
wouldn't
Billy
print
was
well.
saying.
Mm.
He said that he would have to redo the colors. So what we were thinking is just do like the black and white version, but I don't even know how well that would look because it might look muddy. But
Mark, what are you eating over there?
I feel like I've gabbed forever. Yeah, we talk about you all the time, Murf, because we were doing our campaign and we wanted to add stuff, and I was like, I don't know, man, because then people are gonna have to refund and buy new stuff. And he was mentioning you had some way to maybe have add-ons and stuff. We could add things later to the campaign. And
I'm going to be honest with you. Add-ons are a big reason why my campaign has raised as much money as it has.
Yeah.
Because I have several backers that have backed 3, 4, or 5 times because
Right.
they want the extra books and all that stuff.
But it's
so it's worth doing.
And it's not an issue to like do you, because he was saying that you had it set up to where they could they could add their stuff to their other order. Is that correct?
Yeah, what I did was there were add-ons at checkout. But see, a lot of people don't see that. They don't see it. It's at the bottom, and if they don't click on it, they'll just go ahead and check out, and they miss it sometimes. So then what I did was I created a separate perk that's a secret perk, not an add-on. It's a secret perk. And I don't add any shipping because it's just one more of these. It doesn't really affect the shipping cost hardly at all. And they just can, and I send them an email with the secret perk, and then they can add that to it for no extra shipping charge, and I just throw it into their order. And it's
and you just keep track of it by their name, or
when I pull up their name, it'll show their initial backing, but it'll also show their add-ons and their secret perks. It'll bring everything up, and then I know what they need whenever it's a lot of logistical headaches, don't get me wrong.
Wow.
But I mean, you want to make money, you want to raise money,
yeah,
that's what you do, right?
Well, we're here, friends.
Take on the headaches.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, because we were talking about that, and he's like, I think I could just ask Murf, and he probably help guide us through that. And I was like, yeah. So, and I saw you were here, and I was like, oh, I got to ask him about that.
My next victim.
Oh, that's me. That's me.
It is you. Do you want me to play the video first?
You can if you want. Yeah.
All right. 1 second. Here we go, guys.
Oh my god, it's finally here.
I think you mean oh my goddess.
Our adventures are finally going to be told.
And blasted all over social media.
I mean, it was only a matter of time before someone caught us.
Do you think the world is really ready to see our night of passion?
Well, I promise a good amount of violence.
And lots of lust. The women were delectable that night.
Sorry, boys. Brink doesn't swing that way, but I'm ready to play.
It's sad, but I support your decision. Well, as long as it's not that guy.
Yeah, that guy is scary.
What's scary is how long I've been waiting for this.
You never had a problem waiting when you were in my hands.
Fetch! Stop teasing me!
I thought you liked when I teased you.
You'll be seeing more of us in Brink and Fetch. Just want to have fun. We'll be waiting.
So, yep, this is Bring and Fetch, Want to Have Fun. And it is a story about two girls making their way through life, making up their own rules and love and magic. It is rom-com, supernatural, fun, horror. It's kind of got a little bit of everything for everybody. We just funded today and we still got 19 days to go. So plenty of time to jump on board.
Got 111 backers.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
Yeah, especially being first-time creators. I can't thank my team enough. I mean, I cried to them all today when I got funded. I'm like, you guys did it for us. And they're like, no, everybody likes you guys. I'm like, no, I have a amazing artist team that worked for us. So, you know, and they're out there pushing for us. So
you guys can jump on board and have fun too.
Right. Mm-hmm. Jump on the cooties. We love the cootie bugs. I want to share my cooties with you. You know, if cooties aren't I got an angel and demon you can jump on board with. And that's Chris's Mads cover. I love it because it's kind of got that 80s superhero pose down. And
yeah, that's badass.
Yeah, it's always cool to see the characters done in different styles. I like that.
Yeah.
And that's the girls hanging out in the cemetery.
Justin Hunt's cover.
Yeah. Justin Hunt's. And then, of course, you know, we have two naughty covers. We have one by David Fott. And then, oh my gosh, who would have thought a Steph Wilson naughty cover?
Oh, boy.
That's so rare.
I know, it's the rarest.
Actually, I didn't have a naughty Steph Wilson cover when we did our Steph Wilson cover. We just did this regular Steph Wilson cover.
Lola, can we go up to that first panel? Because I want to show the detail of our artist that was pointed out to me.
This one right here.
Right. Yeah. Look at her face and across her arm, like how she has the shadow. Yeah. I never noticed that before. Like, I mean, that's how much detail our inker did, our colorist did. And then the shadows coming in through the window in the morning, you know what I mean? And it just, I mean, the detail she did in this was just so phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, the art looks amazing.
You might not have noticed it, but your brain did.
Mr. Plink.
That's true. That's true. So yeah, I mean, it's been a fun ride and it's not even over with. I mean, honestly, we got.
See, look, they're wanting to have fun, just swinging on the swing set, and those dudes show up trying to stop them from having fun.
Pops is like, look, they just want their joint. Leave them alone. He pointed that out big and loud. I'm yes, Pops. They were in the park trying to have a little smoke, and then they got messed up.
Oh yeah, right there, I see it.
Yep. So yeah, I mean, it is just a fun story, and you know, if anybody knows, Mike's been collecting comics for a very long time, and this story was not told the way Mike's collected plenty of comics, and this story wasn't told there. So we wanted to share it out. And we have now crossed where you all get the mini print of Sergio, and our good buddy Phil Leon colored it. So you guys will all be getting that. And now our next backer gold is to work on our Jason Dube stickers. Yep, those are the Jason. And then we have the Steph Wilson. And then the one sticker I want to give everybody because I'm so excited about it. We all know. Bra and panty stickers that smell. Scratch and sniff bra and panties. I'm so excited.
Wait, what do they smell like?
See,
Are
that's
they fruity or
no. Everybody's like, oh, do naughty smells. And I'm like, no, you know, but I'm not going to tell you what they smell like. Because smell is one of those personal things. And that's why I wanted to make this, you know, yes, you're going to be amazed by your eyes and your brain is going to be tickled. But I wanted to do something else, like, so the scent. And that's a personal thing. So I can tell you it's banana cream pie. But guess what? you're not gonna know. It's gonna smell like banana. It could smell like the vanilla. It could smell like the crust. You could say it
Crust.
right. Well, the graham cracker crust.
You don't say crust when you're talking about penny.
But it's an individual thing, and I wanted to individualize this so much to people that that's what I thought would sell it. That I want to make this special for you guys as much as it's special for us. Thank you. Yeah, I want to make it special for you guys too. As much as it is exciting for us to get it out to you guys, I want you to be happy and you're like, oh God, yeah, that was such a fun, great comic. And I jumped and I got scared, but I laughed so much I had to get another copy because I spilt my coffee all over it because I was laughing so hard in some parts.
That's why you always buy 2 copies.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true. But you only live up the road from me, Max. So if
That's
you
true.
record,
Max is a smart guy. Everyone should just buy 2.
yeah, Mike's back there. Buy 2, buy 3.
Exactly. Everyone should just buy 2. I'm thinking about putting a 2-book tier in one of my campaigns for the collector. That way they have a reader copy and then the collector copy.
Yeah.
Now we do have a special tier for $100 that you can be drawn on there by our friend Doug Brown. Mike's had me drawn in and on top. Okay, I've been in comics. We'll just say that, and Doug did my most favorite pose of me in natural, and I loved it. So we went to him and we're like, "Can you do a special cover for us?" So there is 8 open spots still left on that one. If for $100, hey guys, be like, "Hey honey, I got this comic for me to read, but look, you're on the front." Just hint, hint, hint. So.
I am so happy for you guys. I mean, and I was happy that I was a part of your launch party. That was so much fun.
Yes.
Congratulations, Trish. That's epic.
It really is being first time creators. I mean, because like I see a lot of people that go for the bigger goals, and I'm like, you know what? I just need help getting it printed and shipped out to you guys. Because it's all paid for, it's all done, everything. We just have that one cover, and it's going to take them less than a month to get it out to you guys. And then it's all done to the printer, which is local to me, like 20 minutes down the road. You know what I mean? We're going to watch it come off, take videos of our books being printed, and then we pick it up, and then bam, here to the house, package it up in our Geminis, and off to you guys. Yep. So I don't know how much easier I can make it. I mean, I just want everybody to be like tickled pink with it.
And last but not least for the night, before we wrap up.
What, oh God.
Little Ninja Bimbos versus Deep Space, which is currently on notifications. So here, let me share my screen so we can see some censored pages. Let me zoom in a little bit. All right, so book begins. It's New York City at night, and there's a meteor shower coming across the entire.
Hey guys, exciting news for the Guano guy.
Then there's the Pussycat Club, which is a strip club where our protagonists work. Then we get a little bit of inside action there. The splash page, the devil heads will be missing in the proper book. And this is the introduction to all of the main characters. We've got Micah here, and we've got Leah here. We've got Donna and Rachel and Alexis in the front. And then we have a little bit of silly jokes and the girls just doing their jobs. I mean, and there's really, we could have went a lot farther with the nudity if we wanted to, but we didn't. So, because I mean, there's a line where it's just gratuitous, and then there's a line where it would be part of the story.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't want to go too gratuitous with it. here's the media telling people that there's a meteor shower, but don't worry. Don't worry. It'll all burn up in the atmosphere. No problems. Nothing to worry about.
Trust the government, Mike said.
Exactly. Trust the news media. But there is something to worry about.
I like that guy's face.
If you get the thing, it's like this priest is knocking this little girl down, and he's like, "Get out of the way, bitch!" The other guy's like, "There is no God. Oh my God, save us all!"
That guy looks like Pete a little bit, FYI.
The guy that gets squished by the meteorite. And then my magic green internet gas comes out and does everything I need it to do. It kills off a lot of people and turns a lot of people into zombies.
Nice.
I got a philosophical question for you, Max. Do you think these guys who are always carrying these signs saying the end is near, do you think they ever get tired of being right?
I don't know. I always wonder how long did they take until they give up.
Max, all I got going on in my head is meteor shit now. Meteor shit.
And here's the green yes coming into the club and stuff like that. And that's the first 5 or 6 pages. But I gotta go back here and I can show you some of the violence and gore that we've got in the book.
Nice.
Got the zombie eating one of the girls.
Yeah,
He comes after the next one.
These are nice.
Comes
Well,
at her.
no, I'm tickled pink. Max has a book where you have gorgeous girls that are not, ooh, should I run? And they're like, shit, no, shit's going down. I'm ready.
Yep, they gotta take it on. I mean, they try to run away from the gas at the beginning of the book, and they are bimbos, so they're not that smart. We've got Donna, who's the smartest of them all, who's actually she's the exotic dancer that's going to she's dancing to put herself through college, and she actually is. And then we've got Leah, who's when we do our character, we do each character, we do character sheets for every one of them, and we put her intelligence as rock. she's your typical stupid blonde girl, you know, like they drove all the way to Florida, and then the sign said Disney World left, so they turned around and went home.
Now the character
7 intelligence on a D&D scale, right?
Exactly.
The character I'm cosplaying, is she at least somewhat smart?
Yeah, Rachel is the weapons expert. She's super smart. She's not super smart, but she's smart enough.
I picked a good character then.
Yeah, she's a smart ass.
Yeah, that's me. Yeah.
I have to say, Max, I really appreciate the details in those cityscapes in those earlier pages. I mean, the backgrounds are incredible. Just
oh yeah,
the amount of work that goes into drawing that type of stuff takes a long time.
Oh,
and
yeah,
most artists try to skim on that. You know, they try to get away with not showing the background very often. And kudos, props to your artists for putting in the work.
Yeah, they do everything off of references, obviously. So
you still have to draw it though.
Yeah, this was a reference image that had to be drawn.
Yep.
But I mean, you can tell as it gets towards the back, it gets a little less detailed, which is fine. That's the way it should be. There's
but even like the panel below it. I mean, the debris in the street, and you know, just like especially in that last one where there was the fight going on, or everyone was running with the fire, and there was all sorts of texture in the street, and yeah, that page, that's impressive.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Who's yawning?
People who don't draw don't realize how long this stuff takes.
Yeah.
They have no concept.
Alex, the guy who does the line work for the pencils, his name is Alex Santana, and he is fantastic. He is definitely one of the better finds that we've made at Atrocity Press over the last couple of years of being in operation.
Like it really does pull you into the story. You know,
Yeah.
I really feel it's very cinematic, like you're watching, almost like you're watching a movie.
That's kind of what we wanted it to be like, very similar to a film. It's almost like it. It's like we were sitting there. We're like, okay, we got 24 pages, and we're like, why do we got 24 pages? Let's just do 28 or 26 or however many it takes to end on a solid beat. You know, don't worry about forcing page count. Let's just get the story told the way the story needs to be told.
Oh, so this is one and done?
No.
Oh,
No,
okay.
this
Okay.
is a
I'm like, I love zombies. Don't break my heart.
this is a whole series. We've already got 5 issues written.
Okay.
And then we'll go on to, once we get the 6th one finished, then we'll do the trade paperback. Obviously, that's the typical way of doing things. But
So Mike can buy me the trade paperback for Christmas, is what you're saying, because you're working so fast, right?
Probably Christmas 2023. I mean, we are doing 6 Kickstarters a year, which was like two of the each of our properties will have 2 books released. So we'll have 2 Mary Machine Gun books, 2 we have 2 Mary Machine Gun books, we'll have 2 Human Hunters books, and we'll have 2 Ninja Bimbos books that come out each year. And that's not on top of, we've got a book that we're doing with Justin Hunt called Ninja Witch that we're in the process of doing right now. Fernando's doing the lines for that. Fernando's the guy who does the art for Mary Machine Gun. So those are coming out looking really good. So we've got extra ones that'll come on top of things. So we'll have we got a ton of stuff. Here's a question for you, Sam.
Yeah.
Since you're a fellow publisher. I was talking to Johnny today, and we were thinking about making a new Kickstarter account for Atrocity Press itself, instead of just have it be me.
Yeah,
That way people
I've
can
got
search.
one for Sonopa LLC, and we're using that one for the RPGs now.
Okay, yeah. So you do it, yeah. So that's what I'll definitely.
I wish
go
I'd
ahead
done
and
that
do
from the beginning, but
Yeah.
Right.
one of those
That's my concern as a big backer, usually, me and Mike, is that you look at what has this creator invested in other creators, or you kind of look at their backer count.
Yeah.
So, and that's what you're gonna kind of lose out on a little bit. That, you know what I mean? You have.
That's okay. I mean, I back enough books.
Yeah, but everyone starts at one somewhere, So
yeah,
it's one of those things where I think it can be done. My concern was, I realized after I think my 7th or 8th campaign that I was going to need an account I could leave with the company to the kids, So that was kind of.
Yeah, and I want people to be able to just search for Atrocity Press and see everything that we've got going on.
Yeah, it's like when you search for Lady Death, Ryan Polito, Coffin Comics.
Yeah.
Well, I thought Max was last, but no.
Oh.
Mark sent me something, so we got something from him now too.
Oh, is this a video?
Right.
It is.
Oh, good.
Yes. So it's a silly older video, but it's good. It's fun.
Here we go.
Hey guys, exciting news for the Guano Guy comic. We are going to be printing with real alien blood. That's right. I got my hands on a few drops of alien blood, and we're going to put it into the ink pad and print the comic with alien blood. Which means if you get a copy of Guano Guy number 3, you're going to have actual alien DNA in your hands. You could use it for whatever you want. Genetic experiments, I don't care. What? The alien blood is eating through the comics. Even in its diluted form? Apparently the alien blood thing isn't working out, so I guess we're just gonna print them with regular ink, I guess. Them's the breaks. Sorry.
I love it.
Call Gene Simmons. He's the next best thing.
I love it.
Right.
That's awesome. So, guys, we are almost a half hour over our hour. So,
Yes, I have another show that's like, are you guys coming? And I'm
yeah,
like, yeah, we're getting there. We're getting there.
we
Give
are
us
gonna start.
time. We're royalty. You don't understand.
We are.
I wave by
Budget
turning the
royalty.
light bulb. The wave by turning the light bulb. That's the royal wave.
Yes.
We are gonna start with the professor. Where can everybody find you, sir?
I'm on Twitter, Professor Murf at Rampart Press, and I'm Professor Murf on YouTube, and I'm Professor Murf on Instagram. That's it. I'm not on Facebook. So.
Dan
Oh,
is
Dan's
back.
back.
Dan, where can we find you?
Well, when my internet's working and I don't have to be my own cable guy, you can find me anywhere on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and DeviantArt, and just all the social medias except for TikTok. I'm not on there. They kicked me the minute I started an account. It was kind of weird. But you can find me as Boob Dan Art or Dan Plegel. Either one of those should find me.
Awesome. Trish.
I'm Trish Bankston. You can find me and Mike on Kickstarter right now with Brink and Fetch. Want to have fun? Live until Valentine's Day, or otherwise you can find me on Facebook usually, and here in YouTube land trolling all these wonderful people.
Yeah, you can always see her in the chats.
Exactly.
I don't know how she's in so many places at once.
I know.
She's on a show, in a chat.
Dan's back.
Well, that's because I have a husband that backs me up too. So like he can like he has my account information. So I'm like, honey, jump in there, say you're me. Be friendly. Do me.
Be friendly. That doesn't work out well.
I don't know. You are full of energy. I don't know if anyone can compete with that.
I like being full of energy, but you guys inspire me to be this way. So, you know, I get all excited. I'm like, oh, I'm with Max and Sam, and I'm with Lola, and I'm with people tonight. Hey, okay.
Yeah, and you got to be part of the special announcement.
That's right. That's right. About guano. Yes, I'm excited about my guano.
Congratulations, Mark.
Thank you.
Sam, where can we find you at?
I am everywhere as Sanopa Publishing. So on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook, Sanopa Publishing LLC here in Frankfort, Kentucky. Of course, we are also on Kickstarter under me, W.S. Quinton, or on Sanopa Publishing, also on Kickstarter, and on Indiegogo as Sanopa Publishing as well, which right now we don't have anything left in demand, but we'll be doing something in April for that. Nice. So, yeah, and we are now, I think, 191 backers on the Kickstarter campaign now. So
nice.
Thanks to all of our, thanks to all our new backers to come on the last hour and a half. We love you all. And we're actually going to, like I said, we're going to start fulfillment for digital will begin Saturday. So the book is done. We are ordering prints as soon as I have the proof copies in hand, which I just got an email from my printer today saying they're now expecting them on the 31st as opposed to the 28th, which is extraordinarily annoying, but it is what it is.
Yeah. I'm dealing with the same thing right now. I'm waiting on 2 other books to come in, and then I'll be shipping out my books. Yeah, I updated everybody on that.
And huge thanks to Max and the Atrocity Press team for putting the 47 Furious Tale ad in the magnificent Human Hunter book, issue 1. That book is freaking amazing. I love it.
Finish it?
Hell yeah. I've actually read it twice. I got it 2 days ago. I've read it twice.
Yeah,
if you guys haven't read Human Hunters yet, seriously, get that book from Max. It's fantastic.
When I was going through, usually when I go through and I have to like edit stuff, and I'm just kind of going through it, and I'm just my 30th time of going through it, I'm just kind of bored of seeing it, and I'm just like, But with that book, it was like the 30th time, and I'm still reading it like it's new.
Yeah, I mean, there's this one really great scene. I don't want to spoil it, but there's the werewolf is there, and the violence has happened, and there's just this one moment. It's like that aftermath, like right after everyone stops shooting, kind of thing, when everything's kind of quiet, but your ears are still ringing, and it kind of has that same vibe to it. Yeah,
Nice.
I dig it, man. I dig it.
It's good stuff. Thank you.
Mark, where can we find you?
Yeah, Facebook. Yeah, Mark Darden on Facebook. Or if you just want to follow the Guano Guy, he's also on Facebook. Either one of them will do.
And then there will be a press release article coming very soon to indievolt.com. And once Mark sends me the pictures and stuff, he will be added to shockercomics.com. And I'm working on a store right now for that as well.
Public shaming. It gets things.
Max, where can we find you at?
You want to get any of our dirty comic books, you can buy them at atrocitypress.com for the ones that have already come out. We can also get our cool apparel with our logos and our. This is the Neo Tokyo shirt that you can buy on the site. We've also got a little community section set up, so it's kind of like its own mini Facebook. Except for we don't restrict your reach nor your speech. So you don't get restricted in any way. It's kind of like you can filter it and create groups, and it's got its own timeline. It's pretty cool. You guys can just drive by atrocitypress.com and check it out. If you want to find us on social media, it's at Mary Machine Gun anywhere. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I don't have a TikTok because I'm a boomer.
I do have a TikTok, but I haven't posted anything on it yet. But speaking of Mary Machine Gun, soon you will find Mary Machine Gun across my boobs.
That's right. Soon enough. We got to get it shipped out.
Well, Dan's going across your boobs too, I thought, with his girl.
He is. Yeah. Did you get my message, by the way, Dan? About the tank top size?
I did not. I'll have to go back and look.
Put it in Twitter, yeah.
Sweet. All right. Yeah, I'll hook that up for sure.
All right.
Murf, who is your wonderful best friend there, man?
Oh, he's muted.
Oh, look at that face.
Oh, you're so cute.
Man, that's wonderful. That's
all like, why are you sticking me in the front of this thing? What are you doing?
See a happy puppy, you know?
Sorry, you couldn't hear me. She's Lily. She's my actually my wife's dog, but
it's always good to have a happy puppy. That's
I have yet another question.
Yeah.
What is that aliens item that's there behind you?
Oh, that's those are all NECA figures, and I painted the background of LB 426.
I was gonna say it looks like the environment. I was like,
I backlit it.
Environment. I'm like, oh,
nice.
But I built the whole thing, but I bought all the figures and stuck them in there. The queen's there.
Very
She's over there on the far left.
Far left.
I like the 3 3/4 like high toys ones.
Yeah, they make great figures. They make the best figures. Yeah, there she is. Yeah.
I got the APC. It's in the house though.
That's about $1,500 worth of figures and materials.
Yeah.
Cheap
I definitely believe it because my partner in writing and partner in crime, Johnny Reed, he owns a toy store and he collects toys, and he's been doing them for a very long time, and he does custom stuff and kit bashing and all that stuff, but he'll be like, look, I got this thing from HasLab. It cost me $240. And I'm like, Jesus, that's expensive as hell. He goes, yeah, but it's worth $1,000.
This is Trisha's favorite toy, my Pez dispenser. This is what my budget I can afford, 99 cents.
My husband collects hot toys.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So I know the price of them.
No pain.
We got a cabinet full, yes.
Very cool.
But yeah, guys, you can find me right there. Linktree indie_princess, and a link to my wish list as well.
Very
Anything bought will be worn on one of the shows. And that wraps it up for Geekgasm tonight.
Thanks
if you
for
guys
having
want to
us.
have a Geekgasm next week, tune in Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Who knows what's going to happen? Any last words, guys?
Buy my
Back our books.
Thanks for
Buy
having
my
us
Back
on.
our books.
Thank
Buy
you,
our
Lola.
Everybody's books.
It's nice meeting
Yes,
everyone.
support indie
Bye,
comics.
guys.
Support indie comics, yo.
Peace.